Hey guys, so I've just done a quick salon redesign the other day, and I did a video because it will show you a good example of the difference between strength and design powders. So I filed down to a thin base from my client's previous set, and then I'm just backfilling for that tiny little clear base. And then I'm coming in first of all with my metallic silver by CJP, and this is a design powder. So I'm placing it on and almost painting it onto the nail. So you work really thin, but as you can see, this powder is really highly pigmented. Because it is a design powder, you need to cap this with clear because it will not be strong enough on its own to create the nail. So I've placed that down, painted like that base, and then I've dabbed on a little bit of extra glitter, and now I'm adding my clear, my crystal glass, and this is when I add the strength and the structure to the nail. And obviously because the design powders you work very thin, that won't add any extra bulk, and then you can add your structure with the clear. And now I'm coming into the ring finger, placing that clear layer down again. And this time I'm using Rose Garden, which is a strength powder, which even though it's highly pigmented and a lovely strong colour, it is strong enough to be used on its own. So with this nail I'm using just a couple of beads, but as I'm working with this colour powder I am creating the shape and the structure of the nail. So I'm creating that apex because I'm not going to bother capping this. This is just going to be all colour. So I wanted to make sure that I'm getting that correct shape so that when I file it I'm just refining that. And then on to the third nail, coming in, and this is Jazzberry. And again I'm using this as a design powder, so I'm using a really thin base, keeping it nice and thin, pretty much just painting it on the nail because I just want that colour on there. And as you can see, it's so highly pigmented, it's then covered up those little bits of black acrylic from her previous set. And then again, I'm placing down that clear base, and I'm coming in with that metallic silver. And that again, so highly pigmented, it will then cover up that black, but as you can see, I pretty much just painted it on the nail. And then just dabbing on a tiny bit of the multicolored silver, and now I'm going to cap both of these nails in the crystal glass, and this is where I add the strength and the structure. And then when it's all set, doing my usual filing technique, so sidewall, free edge, and then working around the cuticle area. Again, some of my videos this week have been a bit dodgy with camera angles. I've got a new tripod, it's taken me a while to get used to it. I'm either headbutting it or hitting it with my hands, so I do apologise. And once they're all filed and dusted off, I'm using my crystal wheel in Crystal and Crystal AB, and I'm starting with just two tiny, you can see what teeny tiny dots of glue I put on, and then starting with the larger crystal. And then doing a little dot of glue either side, and then placing the size down either side. And this is what I refer to as my crystal tiaras on my ladies, because it looks like their nails have got little tiaras on them. And then coming on with the size down again. So I do this until I've just run out of sizes really, or I'm happy with how many I've got on. But just using tiny little dots of glue. Finishing off with the smallest, which is the SS3, which is one of my favourite ones. And then once that's all set, just give it a minute or so for that glue to dry. And then I'm going to come in with my CJP LED top coat. You can see how amazingly sparkly that metallic silver acrylic is. And then I come in with my top coat, butting it right up against those crystals. Make sure I cap those free edges. Curing that for 30 seconds LED. And I'm just going to double top coat, just so that I know I've got enough top coat buttered up against those Swarovskis. And then curing for 60 seconds LED, and then once it's all cooled down, give it a good minute outside of that to cool down, then popping my cuticle oil on. So there you go, these are my pink pretties with a mix of design and strength powder. Any questions or comments or any requests, pop them in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye!